Hey, computer science. Well, we're getting close to the end here. We have Unit 4, Assignment 3, and then Assignments 1 and 3 in Unit 5. So I'm going to take you through Unit 4, Assignment 3 as quickly as possible. As always with the third assignments in the unit, oftentimes they're going to have you create something of your own. So I'm going to do a car today. You don't have to do the same shape I do. You can do it pretty much any way you want. The main things you need to include are you need to do 3 different shapes. The turtle needs to draw those shapes. You need to include comments on what it's drawing. You need to define your functions, and then you need to tack everything into one big function that defines the whole picture. And I'm going to show you what that does. So as always, the first thing I'm going to do is open idle. I'm going to open the shell, and then I'm going to open a new file. And I'm going to start right away by saving this file. I have been saving mine in one called examples, I believe. Yes. I'm going to save this file as Unit 4, Assignment 3. Because if it's saved right away, I know I'm not going to make any mistakes. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a comment about what I'm drawing. So if you're drawing, a tree, you can put that. This program draws a car. Yours may say this program draws 3 shapes. This program draws a house. This program draws a scary clown, whatever it is you're going to do. And as always, the first thing I do, right, is call up my turtle. And apparently my typing has not gotten any better today than it was the other day. All right, now I want to start by drawing a wheel, setting up the program to draw a wheel. So I'm going to call this define draw wheel, open close parenthesis, colon. And now, as always, the first thing we do when we set up a definition for a function is we indent, and I'm going to tell it what it draws. This function draws the wheel of the car. I want my wheels to be black, so I'm going to set my color, and colors go in quotes. And then all I want is I want to have circles with the radius of 15 pixels, so I'm just going to set up a 15 pixel circle. All right, so there's my wheel. When I go to do my wheels, if I want to do more than one, I'll have to define how many times I want to draw that wheel as part of my car function. But you'll see me do that later. I'm sorry, not before, later. All right, I'm going to go back out because I'm going to define a new function now, and this is the body of the car. I'm going to call this define draw body, open close parenthesis, colon, indent. This function, add my comment, so I can get that cleared, draws the body of the car. All right, so I'm going to make the body of my car green. Again, the color goes in quotes and parentheses. I want my turtle to go forward 200 pixels to give me that long line. Then I want him to turn to the right 90. Then I want him to go forward 50 pixels because this is going to create the short side of the rectangle. The body of my car is going to be a rectangle. Turn to the right 90 again. And now we create the second long line of my rectangle, forward 200. Turn to the right 90. Short line 50. And I typically will end by turning to the right 90 because that helps me kind of place where I'm going to put my next piece of this puzzle. So I've defined the function for drawing my wheel and the function for drawing my body. Now I want to draw the top of my car, which is going to be a smaller rectangle. So I'm going to define draw top, and we could really call it anything. I'm just going to call it draw top as long as you keep that function consistent. Add my comment. This function draws the top of the car. Okay, now I would like the top of my car to be gray. Doesn't really matter what color it's going to be. Put it in quotes and parentheses. Instead of 200 this time moving forward, I'm going to move forward 100 because this is going to go on top, so it's smaller. Then I turn to the right 90. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to the left this time just for fun. I set it up to go left. Now I want to move forward 25 because we're going that much smaller to make it the top. turn to the left 90. But you can't guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the next long piece, which is going to be 100. And I could code reuse here, but with the short pieces like this, for me, it's just faster to type it. Turn to the left 90. Make my second short side. And finish by turning to the left 90 again, so I come back full circle in my position there. And let's see. I'm going to try to move this guy down so you guys can see what we're doing next. And that's the end of that function. So I back out, I reverse indent. And now I'm going to define a function for drawing the whole car. And the point of drawing this function is that it moves my pen and tells it where to go to draw the pieces of the car. Okay? So we tell it to define the function draw car. Whoop. Must have hit the wrong line there. Pardon me. Come back here. Let's try this again. Draw car, open close parenthesis, colon. Now I'm going to be indenting out again. Let me add a bunch of spaces in here so we can get up as far as we need to go. Perfect. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to put in my comment, this function uses the other functions. Oh my gosh, I can't type. To draw the car. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick my pen up because I'm going to send my first picture somewhere. I want to put it in a particular place on the screen. And I'm going to have it go to -100, which is to the left, x-axis first, 0. So we're going to the left, but we're staying right in the middle. And then we're going to pen down. And I'm going to have it draw the body of the car. So I call up that draw body function that I already created back up here. And I pull it down here. And again, when you call up a function, always put the open close parenthesis. Now I'm going to pen up. I'm going to move my pen to -50, 0. Staying in the same place this time, but going closer to that 0 point, the point of origin. So we're going to say go to -50, 0. And then put your pen down. And now we're going to draw the top of the car. So we call the draw top function underscore not dash. Now I need to lift my pen up because I need to draw some wheels. I'm going to go to -50, -75. So my wheels are going to start at the same place as my my top in terms of the x-axis, the horizontal axis, but they're going to move down below the point of origin on the y-axis. So they're going to go, we're going to be left and bottom here. So I want to go to -50, and then on the y-axis, I'm going to go -75. I put my pen down. Now we're going to draw a wheel. Call up that draw wheel function. But I'm not done yet because I want 2 wheels. Okay? So I'm going to pen up again. And I'm going to go ahead and go to 50 -75. So now we're 50. And if you think of a small top, that small top is 100 pixels long on the long side. So what we're doing is basically starting our wheels at the edges of the top of the car. And you'll see that in just a second here. Go to 50 -75. So I'm in the same place on the bottom, but I'm moving all the way over to the right here on the x-axis. And I pen down. Now I'm going to draw my next wheel. And here's the corker to this whole unit, this whole assignment. So I defined a whole function called draw car, and draw car tells it go here, do this, go here, do this. But it won't work unless I call that draw car function. So the next thing I'm going to do is call up my draw car function. And last but not least, as almost always, I'm going to exit on click and save. Let's run our module and see what happens. There's my body, there's my little top, and there's my little wheels. So check it out. I've got a gray top, a green body, and 2 little wheels. And if I were to draw my axis here, which I can maybe do here with a snipping tool, Okay, here's my snipping tool. If I were to draw my axis, come back there, move down. There we go. If I were to draw my axis, so I started, remember, over here. When I told my pen to pick up and go, I told it to move to negative 100. So that's right here on the x-axis. So we're going to say that the center point is right about here. So we went to negative 100 over here to start. And then we moved in half the distance and started the top at negative 50. Remember, this was 100 pixels long. So that means this point is negative 50, but this point right here is positive 50. Okay? So I started my wheel here at negative 50 and my wheel here at positive 50. If you look, everything's balanced along that axis. So if you were confused at all about the go-tos, that's what they were doing. And that's the final product right there. So what you want to do now is go ahead and do this yourself. And we'll save it one more time. And then as always, I'm going to take you through uploading it. So I go over here to my examples where I keep mine. You're going to go where you keep yours. I am going to send to, I'm going to find my file and send it to compressed. And there's the compressed version. And then again, as always, let's view this as a student. I'm going to go over here to Unit 4 in my course content. And I'm going to scroll down to assignment 3. Click on the Dropbox. Go find my compressed file, the compressed one. That's audio engineering. Let's go back to the right class. Examples, Unit 4. There it is, assignment 3. It loads and we submit. You can add a comment if you need to. You don't have to, and I'm not going to submit because I don't want to grade my own. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this short video. If you have any questions, you know how to find me.